Hello, it's Kevin Annett. It's Monday, May 2nd, 2016. I have a very important breaking news update from the International Tribunal of Crimes of Church and State, the ITCCS. This news update is coming from an international gathering I've participated in Mount Shasta, California. And first of all, the important news is that today at the United Nations, this morning as a matter of fact, a formal motion to censure and remove Secretary General Ban Ki-moon of the UN was forwarded to his office by delegates at the United Nations, based on the fact that 30 days has expired since the petition given to him requiring that, according to his oath of office, he remove Canada, Great Britain, and the Vatican as sitting members or observers at the General Assembly, based on the fact that they are convicted criminal bodies. Now, the failure of Ban Ki-moon to do this has placed him in a position of actively colluding in and supporting these criminal regimes, and he should not, on that basis, be sitting as Secretary General anymore. That motion of censure and removal was given this morning to his office, and it's clear that since the official leaders at the United Nations are actively supporting these regimes guilty of child trafficking, murder, and genocide, they have to be shunned, and the work of that disestablishment of those regimes have to be taken up by the international community. And as part of that, the second part of this announcement is that the ITCCS announces today a new campaign to actively disestablish these regimes and replace them with common law republics. The ITCCS campaign is going to be activated in 6 countries, including the US, Canada, Great Britain, and other European nations to be named. This campaign will include, for example, establishing lawful people's assemblies and common law courts of justice to actually convene cases and disestablish these criminal bodies of Crown and Church that are proven, criminal bodies involved in child trafficking and murder. In other words, to quote Elise Depardieu of the ITCCS General Counsel, she said today, "We will use the same methods that convicted and deposed Pope Benedict, a grassroots revolution based on people directly reclaiming lawful power in their own communities. You can expect to see the citizen arrest of known and convicted child killers and the seizure of their property and assets." Now, as part of this campaign, a group of Native activists in Western America, in California, met with me in Sacramento this last week, and they've agreed to establish the same kind of inquiry into missing Aboriginal children and the Indian school genocide as we so successfully completed in Canada. Groups of various Western nations, Native nations, have agreed to establish that inquiry with their own common law courts based on their own tribal law in order to bring to justice those agencies and corporations and churches that were guilty historically of murdering their children, especially the Roman Catholic Church. And more news of this campaign will be forthcoming. I personally met with a number of these Indigenous leaders in Sacramento this last week. And finally, as part of this campaign, my book tour and speaking tour that I've been conducting across America will be extended throughout Canada and into Europe during May and June. These events will not simply be me reading from my 2 books, Unrelenting Between Sodom and Zion and Murder by Decree, The Crime of Genocide in Canada. Both of these books can be obtained through Amazon.com. Not only will I be reading from these books, but we will be conducting with local activists common law training workshops and establishing these courts of justice in their communities. So this will be an ongoing movement. If you'd like to be involved in this, write to me, hiddenfromhistory1@gmail.com, see itccs.org, murderbydecree.com, and order these books through amazon.com or createspace.com. There'll be more news upcoming, especially from the United Nations and the new courts that will be established. I thank you.